Hi. Thanks again for joining me on another Bible talk. Now, this talk is called Faith Opens the Door to God's Grace. Now, what I'd like to do is, I'd just like to read some verses. Romans chapter 4, verses 13 to 18. And this is talking about how Abraham, he was blessed by his faith and and he received God's grace and blessings through faith. And it shows that as a sort of children, by the same principle, we receive the grace of God through faith. And it's kind of comparing that Abram, he didn't get his blessings through circumcision, but by his faith. And similarly, we don't get our blessings by trying to keep the works of the law and doing good, but similarly, we receive God's grace through faith in what Jesus has done. Now, hopefully, after we do receive the blessings, we do good works. We can't obey the law, but hopefully, good works will then be evident in our lives. That's what should happen. But our access to God is only by His grace, which we receive through faith. So I'm just going to read Romans chapter 4, 13 to 18. So for the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith. For if they which are of the law be heirs, faith is made void, and the promise made of none effect, because the law worketh wrath. For where no law is, there is no transgression. Therefore it is of faith, that it might be by grace, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. So in a sense, we replicate, because he's our father. He received blessings, grace through faith, and so do we. And then 17 then, as it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations. Before him whom he believed, even God who quickeneth the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were, who against hope believed in hope, that he might become the father of many nations, according to that which was spoken, so shall thy seed be. So when it talks about which was spoken, so shall thy seed be, that is God speaking, isn't it? That's God's promise to Abraham, God's words to Abraham. And what Abraham did, he believed it. He says, if God says that, I'm going to receive it. And of course, because he received it, that means that Abraham is our father, because we're his offspring in Christ. So Abraham's faith led to us, to his blessings, and us being blessed in Christ. And that same faith is then replicated, it's cascaded down to us. So just as Abraham, it wasn't by his own goodness, by circumcision in the law, it wasn't by that, because it says that the law worketh. 15, because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. So blessings can never be by the law or by circumcision. It has to be by grace through faith. And obviously Abram, he sort of had this, he then received the circumcision. But because the faith was reckoned to Abram for righteousness, verse 9, how was it then reckoned when he was in circumcision or in uncircumcision? Not in circumcision, but in uncircumcision. So that's when Abraham was blessed. He was blessed in his uncircumcision. But then it says, and he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith which he had, yet being uncircumcised. So the circumcision then, it was kind of like a sign to Abraham that he'd already been blessed. But it was by grace through faith, and that's how we are blessed. And like Ephesians says, no, we're not saved by work, we're saved by grace. It's not by works, but by grace through faith. So grace is God's provision. Faith is the channel by which we receive it. Because it says, isn't it, grace makes and then faith takes. Yeah, so just trust that these Bible verses, they've been a blessing to you. And why not you just continue just to believe God for his grace and goodness. And I want to do the same, just so I can receive the blessings of Abraham again and then pass them on to other people and encourage them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If this talk's encouraged you, you might like to maybe share the link with some of your friends just to encourage them. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and God bless you.